La Mer.
Supposed to get up, take a break from work, but like, how am I supposed to abandon this thing? She's like burritoed in my lap. You me jealous? Are you cozy, little girl? Today's distract you. So, I meant to record yesterday, but things got away from me because, like, shortly before I finished work, I came home and he was like, how about we make tacos instead of sloppy joes, which was the original plan for dinner. So things got changed around, and then I also ended up getting stuck on a call for a little bit, so ended up working like 15 minutes late yesterday. So between that, actually making the tacos, it was a later night, and also I had to make sure I actually posted the first video for the February vlogs, which I did end up deciding to go ahead and split them into 4 different weekly parts. So yeah. Anyway. Hi Yuna. I figured I would go ahead and do a quick update on my finalized TBR for the month of March. Some of these are familiar titles that I've talked about already, some are not, but probably the majority of them are. But anyway, so first off, I have very recently decided to more or less officially DNF Be Mighty, because it just wasn't happening, and at this point, as much as I would have liked to continue it, and maybe I will just down the road at some point here and there, but like, I've officially reached the 1-year mark of trying to read it, and I'm really not that far into it, maybe halfway at best, and I haven't touched it at all in months. And it just, it's not worth bothering over anymore at this point, honestly. I've already left a review of what thoughts I do have on it from what I did read. Wow, okay. English today is not happening. So, back to what I was saying. Be Mighty, just officially DNFing it. And I've marked it off as of the end of last year, because it was sometime last year that I last opened the book to it anyway. So yeah, that's off the table. And then I did finish the last of Untamed yesterday while I was working, so that is also completed as well. So the remainder of my TBR, first I'm going into just a recap of what I will be reading for the backlist readathon next week from the 7th to the 13th. And so I narrowed down to 4 books to meet the prompts, so there's a little bit of crossover on a couple. First one is A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. And then we have... Alice, you good? You good? She didn't quite stick the landing, jumping up onto the bucket. She started climbing across my keyboard when I got up a minute ago and started composing an email. Oops. Come here, Alice. Come here, Alice. Come here, girl. Come here, Alice. Come here, Alice. She's a good girl. Come here. Here's my Alice. You're so good. For now. See how long it lasts. Yeah, get in the hammock. That's fine. Anyway, so many interruptions. So the second book that I have yet to read for this month is Doctor Who, The Slitheen Excursion. And that's also hopefully going to be a fairly quick read to get through, because I have 9 books. I don't even remember whether it's 9 counting Untamed or not, so 9, maybe 10. And then the third book for the backlist readathon is going to be The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. And the final book for next week will be The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson. I'm still unsure on the pronunciation on that first name. And then the next book I have is for the Mooney read for the Patreons for Book Roast. That'll be The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. And it's been on my wish list for a hot minute, but this finally gave me the excuse to go ahead and actually get a copy. Still, it's a little bit chunkier than I expected, but should be interesting. And then I have 2 arcs. One is an ebook arc that I have through Book Sirens, which is called Ashwater by Melissa Koberline, and that is due to be reviewed this month, so I have to make sure I get to that as well. And I should be starting on reading that today. I meant to yesterday, but things happened, as I mentioned. So yeah, that'll be my next physical read, even though it's not a physical book, since I have been spending the morning listening to the Audible original for The Getaway, and I'm nearly done with that. And it's actually pretty short, so that's nice. I expected it to be much longer, so when it turns out that it's only 2, maybe 3 hours long, it's not bad. And very intriguing, very, very thriller-ish, and I like it. So yeah, I'm the majority of the way through that. Last I checked, it's 45 minutes, maybe even less than that now. So yeah, there's that. And then the second arc that I have is going to be finishing Everything I Thought I Knew by Shannon Takauka. And this is one that I got through Library Things Early Reviewers, and just barely got a start on before I started my Christmas personal readathon. And so yeah, didn't get very far at all in that yet. And then the last book we have is going to be Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the annual reread. But that's just, if we have time, we'll get to it. That's just the next one to be read. So yeah, those are my books for this month. And it'll be interesting to see just how far I can get, because I know I try and average about 5 books, which I did manage in February, but still ambitious. Granted, I would have chosen less books had it not been for the readathon, but you know, I'm extra with readathons. I'm that person who legitimately tried to get all 36 books in for the Newts the last couple years, so it can be done. Almost, I should say, because 2019 I only managed to get in 33 books in August, and last year 2020 I only got to 31, but still, that's intense. Like, for reals. Anyway, so that's basically an update on things. I'm trying to think of what else there is to really talk about. There was something I was going to mention at the end of my February vlog, and I forgot about that, but now I don't remember what it was. What was it? Oh, I don't know if I've actually mentioned or not. I don't think I have, though, because I was planning to at the end of the February vlog, but pretty much the day after I went to Getaway last week, they ended up posting on Facebook that they're bringing back their buy 20 get 10 free book sale starting yesterday. So I'm probably going to go back to Getaway's at the end of this week to take advantage of that, because it's amazing. No, it's not buy 20 get 10, it's buy 10 get 10, my bad. You know. Anyway, that's still getting 10 books for free, half of your books for free, and you can do it in increments of 10, so if you do get 20, then you get 20 free. So, yeah. And then one of the girls I've been talking with from the new church ward has actually not been to Getaway's yet, and so we have tentative plans to go to the Warner Robins one together to partake in the sale, because what a better time is there to do it. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting. So yeah, that's what's coming up next. That'll be exciting. And I'll have, hopefully, I don't know how much I'll vlog going into the Warner Robins book Getaway's, because this will technically be the first time I'm meeting that girl if we go together. Her name is Angela. And yeah, obviously, with the first time meeting in other people's, we have to, like, you know, see how they feel about the whole camera thing. Hopefully it'll be good, but, you know, I get awkward, so. Anyway. And I think that's pretty much the only, like, big, crazy update. Otherwise, things are pretty chill for the most part around here and that. So yeah, before I completely waste away the whole rest of my lunch break, I am gonna go ahead and end things here and update you more further later. I think you guys got too big. Too big to share. Ernest. Alice. Is that you, Alice, or Luna? Luna, you've never made that sound before in your life. Luna. Eat from your side. Luna. Come on, babe. Luna, don't make this difficult. Ace, eat from your side. Alice, Alice, come eat your food. Don't go hogging. Alice, come on. Come on, Alice. Come on, Alice. Come eat yours. Excuse you. Stop eating from not your side. Miss Alice, come eat yours. Come on, Alice. Miss Alice, don't eat the big kid's food when you've got yours. Come here. Alice. 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 Come here. No, Leo. Go back. Alice, go eat your food. Go eat your food. Go on. Alice, that is not, you're not supposed to steal from Ace. This is your food. Alice, come on. Leo, stop stealing from her side. Come on, Alice. Your side. Alice. Come on, little girl. Come on. Come on, Alice. Come eat your food. No, Leo. This side is yours. Really, you guys? cookies, Alice. Come eat yours. Why you gotta eat Ace's? I know he's done, but come on. Well, you might as well eat it then. Now you can't have it, no. No worries. Come on, Leo. Are you done? Did you pass inspection, Alice? It is nearing the evening, basically, of Thursday the 5th, and I am realizing that I've been putting off vlogging all week. I've been meaning to almost every day, and then just other things have happened. So, I have literally already branched off from the intended TBR because things happen. I had China Rich Girlfriend checked out from the library on Levy, and it was coming down to the last couple of days before it was due. So since none of the existing books had an audiobook available yet for this month, except for The Hate You Give, which I'm reading for the readathon next week, I went ahead and started that. So yep. But I have been also doubling that with Ashwater, which is the arc that I have to review by the end of the month. But just to, further prove my, issue with ebooks, I don't have anything necessarily against them, I forget that they're there when I go to, pick something to read, so I pretty much never actually get around to reading them. And so I have, so many just sitting in my Kindle app, just being like, hey, what's up? When you want to read us? And I'm like, I really don't know. So, what have I done? I've made it all the way to page 27 in Ashwater, which is only chapter 2, maybe chapter 3. And yeah, I got this in the mail today. I kept falling asleep while trying to read it, and it was hard to make the time to actually read it on my phone during work, which is what I usually do with physical reads when it's slower. And unfortunately, while it was fairly slow overall the last week, couple weeks at work, we've been getting less slow this last week, and so it was harder to actually make decent progress very much. And I just honestly find it easier to actually pick up a physical book than an ebook, because I said, when I was outside of work, I couldn't read more than 5 or 10 minutes before I would start falling asleep, which makes no sense, because I literally spend hours at a time on my phone ordinarily, but just not working the last few days. I'm curious when this actually came out, though. 2019, so it's been a hot minute already, but that's okay. I mean, it's what it is. I mean, it more or less defeated the point of getting the ebook for free, but I mean, it was a cheap copy, and I am finding the story to be interesting, and the cover is really nice, so I absolutely do not mind actually getting a copy of it for my own. And just in general, I've preferred getting, the review copies physically because of this issue, where I just prefer reading physical books. Okay? Anyway. Today is just, blown by super fast, too, because I don't know what, but, I could not get up for the day until, 12:30. And then I went ahead and filmed not one, but 2 videos for BookTube today, since I will hopefully be with my best friend Beth next week, because Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday was her birthday on the 3rd. And we are still trying to work out schedules for a plan for me to be able to do something with her for her birthday when I go to town next week. But right now, it's going to be hard because she has potentially had her schedule changed at the last minute, so she may end up working on all of my off days and then finally be off on my work days. So it's gonna be tricky, but we'll figure something out. And then so yeah, I went and filmed a haul for Got Walls. Not the one from the shopping vlog that I did the other day, but because I went back to a different Got Walls yesterday. Because after I went to Got Walls here, last week, yeah, I think it was last Friday is when I went. Yeah, so it would be a week ago today, yeah. My brain. The next day, they posted online that they were doing another sale where it's buy 10 books, get 10 free. And I was like, God dang it, now I have to go back. Especially because I was talking with a girl from my new church ward here, Angela, and she was saying she hadn't been to the Mona Robbins one before. So I'm like, we have to take you now. And literally right after we had talked about going, they posted that, and I'm like, well, there we go. We're gonna go now for sure. So we got to meet up yesterday, and we spent 3 hours in the store looking through books and just kind of getting to know each other as well, which was kind of nice because I have not socialized with people in this area in God knows how long. The last time I tried to spend time with someone from this area outside of work hours, yeah, the whole country went into lockdown because we were going to go to the Cobb County Library sale last March, and that whole week the library kept posting on the event site on Facebook being like, don't worry, we're gonna still do stuff, we're here, we're unpacking books right now. And then literally the night before, or the evening before, they were like, so it's not happening after all, and my soul died a little inside. So yeah, it was unfortunate. But it has been nice to actually get to know people in the area, and yeah, hopefully this will be a thing that happens more often now. And yeah, and then today after I finished going through the book haul, I did another filming round for the review, reread on haul challenge as well for some April TBR books. And so yeah. And now I'm making dinner, so that's my 1 minute warning. So I have to go ahead and take a break from this. I will be right back to discuss more things. And I love making the cheesy barbecue bacon chicken. So basically put olive oil, salt, and pepper on the chicken breasts. And I usually get the perfect portion Tyson ones that are individually wrapped because they're usually a bit thinner, which means the flavor actually seeps through better. And also just in general, if I'm making a smaller number of them, it's easier since they're individually wrapped. But anyway, so yeah, I put the olive oil, salt, and pepper on them and baked them for 15 minutes. I seasoned them on both sides, and then I just took them out and put barbecue sauce on both sides. And so now it's going to go for about another 5 minutes. have to replace the liner of tin foil and do another layer of barbecue sauce, I think, from there. And I believe I put the cheese and bacon on at that point as well, but it's been a hot minute, so I'm following the recipe still. But it's really easy to make. It just takes a couple of steps in between of flipping it back and forth. But yeah, the main thing that I've been doing this afternoon is I'm having to retake my defensive driving course online, since Ed and I's course from when we started with our current insurance was 3 years ago. And of course, our policy renews in 2 days, and neither of us have retaken it yet, even though they sent us the reminder in the mail months ago. Like, I think it's still sitting on my cart next to me. Let's see. When did they... How much warning did I get on this and not bother? Exactly, because I'm such a failure. Let's see. No, that's actually like a work thing. Ah, yes, this one. We got this dated for Christmas Day to remind us. So yeah, we've had the better part of 2 months and a week, and we just haven't. So yeah, I've been working on that, and then just like to keep myself busy while I'm going through it, and with the refresher, basically. I've also been actually taking the time to go through my reading owl jar as well and updating that. So I'm taking out any strips that are for books I have unhauled since the last time I went through the book jar, and updating any that I've completed getting the series for, or just in general if I've gotten like the individual standalone book. And then once I've gone through all of the ones that are in there, I'll go through like all my stuff and add new strips of paper with the titles for anything that wasn't previously on the book jar list. Because I do have a Google Drive that keeps track of like what all is in there. So yeah. Because I've been burned before doing accidental duplicates and triplicates. But anyway, so yeah, once I finish going through all the current things, I have to check through everything for ebooks on my Kindle app and make sure all of those titles are in there. And same thing for anything new that I've marked on Goodreads that I want to read, because I occasionally will find books there that I haven't heard of before and just hit want to read. I also go through any new additions to my Amazon wishlist and any new books that I've purchased that weren't on the book jar list either. And Ed just got home. The garage door just opened, so I mean that's pretty much all I was gonna go over anyway. So wrap things up here, and this will probably be the last update for today as well. Yeah, happy Friday. Nope. I made a mistake. Untitled work. Lovely at the end of a 10-hour work day. It's because this clip be falling the heck out. That's slightly better. Not really. Okay, so it is officially the end of my work day, so just past 7:30 on the 7th, so Sunday night. And yeah, this will be the first of like proper weekly like reading vlog sort of thing. Yeah, and of course I've gotten off to a rough start, which means I think I recorded all of 2 days, 2.5 technically, this last week I think. And yeah, this last week just went by in such a blur. So yeah, what all happened this week? I mean, my best friend had her birthday on the 3rd, so that was great. Still trying to figure out how I can best hang out with her, hopefully at the end of this week, when I go back up to Atlanta again. I also got to finally, like, get to know someone, like make a friend, sort of, in the area. Hopefully it lasts better than other times, because my track record here, things just don't work out. Whether the person just stops working at my job and I don't really see them anymore outside of Facebook, or literally COVID shutdowns everywhere last year right around this time. And I think I've mentioned this. But anyway. Also, lots of book shopping. Yeah. I have books everywhere right now, and I desperately need to, like, try and reset my bookshelves for the month to try and squeeze in as much as I can, because there's literally books everywhere. Like, I'm not even kidding. We've got this stack here of books I'm talking about because I've been reading this past week. We've got these books, which is the rest of my March TBR, just chilling out over here because I wasn't sure what was going to be available first to start off with the backlist readathon that started off today. And then, of course, over this way we have the ever-growing stack of books, which is all of the stuff that I've had already sitting up there from my book outlet order last month, as well as the giant Gottwall's haul from, like, this week with Angela, and the previous Gottwall's books trip, and just, yeah, it's a lot. And my brain is like, we need to clean this up because it's a mess. But, like, I know for a fact, of course, like, there's really not even that much empty space. There's maybe, like, space for, like, 5 books, maybe, in my shelves. And I have so many fighting for that very limited space. So that's gonna be fun. But anyway, just kind of wrap up properly for the reading vlog for the week, since I guess I'm gonna just end this on either Saturday or Sundays, depending on how things go. As I mentioned the other day, I did get an actual physical copy of Ashwater because I was struggling to stay awake to read very much of the ebook copy. And as you can see, I'm still very close to the beginning. I am only on page 34, I believe. Yep, page 34, which is the start of chapter 4. And so, yeah, got a little ways to go. But that also means that I am currently putting it off for the backlist readathon, but considering I just realized that technically this was published in 2019, I'm going to see if maybe I can fit it in one of these spots, but I don't think so, because I just, might as well just, like, sort of transfer into this here. Today I spent the day listening to the whole of the audiobook for The Hate You Give, so I just finished it like 5 minutes ago, barely, and it was fabulous, every bit as, like, detailed and well written, and just everything is very on par with the movie, and I'm just so glad that I finally got around to reading it. and definitely want to watch the movie through again as well, because it has been a little while. And so yeah, this actually ended up being able to mark off 3 of the 6 prompts for the backlist readathon, between it being technically a contemporary, which is more or less my favorite genre currently, and then also serving as a book recommendation from a influencer, and what was the other one? What was prompt number 4? Right. And it's also an own voices novel. So those are the 3 prompts that we've already knocked out here on day 1 of the week. So that's a plus. And then the other book that I've been reading through this last week is China Rich Girlfriend by Kwan. And I am actually nearly halfway through this one, and this was also an audiobook that I've been listening to, and I'm on page 207 at the moment. I have a cute little watermelon bookmark in there. So yeah, it's going pretty well. And yeah, hoping to set a new record for 2021 for how many books we can read in 1 month, because the first 2 months were not super great. January was awful, and February was just kind of decent. I want to exceed that, but we'll see. I'm not off to a bad start, at least, so there we go. But anyway, for the rest of the backlist readathon, I'm supposed to read Walk to Remember and Slovene Excursion and Space Between Worlds. So yeah, because I still have to, basically the reason I'm not sure I'm going to be able to fit Ashwater into a prompt is because we have published before 2017, and it's not that old, it's just 2019. And a middle grade, which Ashwater really isn't. And then the last one is a book of the month choice, and it doesn't fit for that either as like the bonus prompt. So I'm kind of stuck, just sort of hitting a pause on that for this week. But we'll get right back to it as soon as the backlist readathon is over, or as soon as I finish the prompts, if I can finish them early. If I can finish the readathon early, that would be fabulous. Because March is a heavy-duty reading month for me right now. Because even outside of that readathon, I still also have to find time to fit in Chamber of Secrets if I can, as well as the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. Especially Evelyn Hardcastle, because that's the current like Mooney Patreon read for Book Roast. And yeah, at least I believe that at least Evelyn Hardcastle should cross over, like where I don't necessarily have to finish it by the end of this month, just like by the middle of April, I believe. So that's helpful at least. But yeah, busy with all this stuff. Like literally the entire work shift, it pretty much took almost the entirety of it to listen through The Hate U Give. But if I can continue on, I may trade some of the other books out for audiobooks so I can get through them similarly, but we shall see. Because at least in the case of the Doctor Who book and A Walk to Remember, they're fairly short. So, high hopes. I probably said that like 10 times now, but anyway. Yeah, I think that about covers it. So, yeah, this is the end of the reading vlog. I will have my next video coming up on Friday. I'm trying to pull it up here to double check which one is scheduled to come off next. So currently, the How Well Do I Know My Books challenge just posted up this past Friday, and then this Friday is going to be the premiere for the Second and Charles shopping vlog, and after that will be the Got Walls Books one, so it's going to be very exciting sort of stuff there. Book shopping fun. Anyway, I need to go ahead and get started on editing and stuff, so yeah, talk to you later.